So this is the next figure I have from Boss Fight Studios, and this is Bluto. Um, to those who don't know, Bluto was originally created by EC Cigar and was not really a particularly um, large character. At the time, Cigar was creating all sorts of big, burly opponents for Popeye. He would create these characters and kind of build them up, and then eventually Popeye would come along and take them down. And Bluto the Terrible was just one of these different characters. And the reason he became so well known was when the Fleischer cartoons came out, they wanted a kind of a love triangle with Olive Oyl. So they needed a foil for Popeye, and they took Bluto the Terrible and made him a major character, whereas before he was very minor. Um, and so he's kind of I'd say he's the third big character in the Popeye world, including Popeye and Olive Oyl. And they're the three that are in almost every single one of the Popeye cartoons. Uh, the original Bluto the Terrible was a little bit more scraggly than this, so I think this is mostly probably the Fleischer version. It's interesting. I like the way they do all of the lines on it to make it look kind of like the comic strip and how Cigar would draw it. I don't know if that's Cigar's drawing. I'm not sure who did that, but I like the teeth. I like the beard. I think this is a very good figure. The problem, if I have a problem with it, it's that in trying to recreate the comic strip version in 3D form, his body's a little strange. His articulation is very limited in what he can do. And this is also true of my Mezco Bluto. There is not a lot you can do. His arms do bend, and the joints are quite obvious. You can see the joints. Big, heavy joints for the character. But his legs have very limited ability, and so they're kind of forced into this position there, where they're kind of separated, like he's bow-legged. And then the feet are kind of in that Bigfoot type cartoon comic strip, and they kind of, you could see how they fold up at the end or swing up. Unlike Castor Oil, he doesn't come with, his accessories are far more limited. Castor Oil came with Bernice the Wiffle Hen and Eugene the Jeep. Bluto only comes with a couple. He's got some replacement hands, and then he's got his cap. And his cap, just like Castor Oil's cap, is magnetic, but it doesn't stay on particularly well. So when he's there, Castor Oil, you can actually turn him upside down, but there's no way his hat is staying on turned upside down. I assume it's because of the hair, that it's not really, I don't know where the magnet is in there, but it's not really, it probably puts some distance between the magnet and the hat. So I'm not even sure if there is a magnet in there actually, because if there is, the magnetism is very light. So it's a good looking figure. So far, I mean, I've opened 2 of the boxes, and I'm impressed. For a $35 figure, I think it's fine. It's got a nice weight to it. It feels like quality plastic. The paint on it is very nice. I don't really see any paint mistakes in there. Every once in a while, I've seen a few, like, let's see, does that come off? I don't know. But overall, I think it looks really nice. So I'm going to give them high marks. For a $35 figure, I think these are very good. I'm pleased with what they've done so far. These are my first Boss Fight Studio figures, and I know they do a lot of other figures, but I got this for the licensing. There's been one. This is the first wave. There's going to be a second wave, and I don't know if they're going to do any more waves after that, because there's lots more characters they could do. Rough House and Oxblood. They could do characters like that. So we'll see if they're going to do more. But they're going to be getting into some more and more obscure characters. There's Giesel. So we'll see. Hopefully, if they do more, I think I'll get more. Because right now, I'm enjoying them. They look pretty cool. So that's Bluto by Boss Fight Studios.